RI Presents.
SPMP サイドストーリーくんねちぷ。
First edition, expanded version. Everything has a soul, and each of them has a God, so don't do anything bad because God is always watching. That's the teaching we've inherited. My name is Kanasiapu. I'm looking for my sister right now. My sister's name is Tokapshu. My family was separated by an incident that happened when I was 12 years old, and I haven't seen my beloved sister for 10 years. I live with my grandma. Dad was busy and rarely came home, and Mom moved to another codon as a priestess. My mom is in Kodan, which is located on a cliff by the sea, a short distance from Palakodan, so I can go see her whenever I want, but I still miss her. If it wasn't for that incident, this wouldn't have happened. I sometimes wonder if there was something I could have done at that time. When I think about it now, I feel like things started to change when I started hearing other people's voices from my sister. It was a strange feeling. I can hear the voices of my ancestors and the voices of people's hearts. But I didn't hear that voice from the beginning, and it all started with an encounter with the dolphin god. The dolphin's name is Tanu Kamwi. Tanu is a dolphin, and that's what we call it. I met Tanu when I was a little girl, playing in the sea with my sisters. I heard a sound, and when I looked around, I saw a lot of dolphins swimming a little farther away. The sound was coming from all over the place, and it sounded like dolphins talking to each other. As I was looking at the dolphins in wonder, one of the dolphins poked its head out of the water and looked at me. The moment dolphin looked at me, I heard a louder noise than before, and I felt like he was talking to me, but I didn't understand what it meant, so I tilted my head slightly. Then the dolphin shook its head up and down and then swam towards me, but the dolphin was so big that it couldn't come to the shallow water where I was. So I wanted to touch the dolphin, so I walked to the place where the dolphin was, and my body, which was still small, was swept away by the waves and almost drowned. But it was only for a moment that I almost drowned. Something lifted my body and I was able to stand up. Before I knew it, there was a big dolphin next to me. From that moment on, Tan and I became friends. After that, I went to the beach almost every day to play with Tanu. Tanu also taught me how to swim. Camwy taught me how to distinguish sounds, but at first I was confused by the strange melody. Gradually, as I became able to recognize it as a voice, I was able to hear what the other person was thinking strongly when I was looking into the other person's eyes. Until then, I couldn't hear the voices of my ancestors like my mother's, but after I met Tanu Kamwi, I was able to hear their voices when I put my palms on the ground in front of the trees of my ancestors. Even though we say we can hear the voices of our ancestors, all they tell us is about the past. The rest is our own perception and interpretation, but that is the most difficult part. Can I be like my grandma and mother? Another difficult part was interpreting the mysterious melody I heard from my sister. Normally, there is only one sound per person, but I heard two sounds from my sister. In the end, I couldn't distinguish the sound, but Tanu Kamwi seemed to understand. I tried my best to distinguish the sounds, but I was separated from my sister and it ended halfway. It was Susa who caused it. By the time he arrived at Porokodon in search of Kushanada, the gears of fate had already begun to go awry. It wasn't the first time I'd seen Susa. A while ago, when I was swimming with Tanu Kamwi in the sea, I saw Susa and a woman talking on the beach several times. I saw him from a distance, but Susa was big and had a distinctive appearance, so I knew it was him right away when I came to Palakodan. The woman was petite and I couldn't see her well, but I thought she was Wajan because she was dressed differently from us. However, at that time, I had no idea what they were talking about, and I didn't even imagine that it would cause such a big incident. Today's story ends. The story is updated every Saturday. Please look forward to. If you like, please subscribe to the channel. See you again.